Hello, this video is presented to you by Missouri Valley College International Office. This presentation is a step-by-step breakdown that will guide you through the online application process and help you to complete the I-765 and in submitting the required evidence through the USCIS website. It is also important to note that you must work closely with the International Office. The reason being that if you submit the form without the correct documents provided and reviewed, your application will be denied. Before starting the application, you will be required to create a USCIS online account. In order to do this, go to your Google homepage and in the search tab, type in myaccount.uscis.gov. This will redirect you to a sign-in page where you can either log in or create an account. There are some important things that you will have to take note of. Firstly, this account is simply for you and not to be shared with anyone. Next, use a personal email, not the school email, and make sure to remember to check it for any updates on your application. Once that is completed, go ahead and select Submit. Check your email for your confirmation. Make sure to save all your login information as you might need it again. Then fill in your information and sign in. Once logged in, select Go to My USCIS. Then you will be redirected to select an account type. Make sure to click on the top tab labeled I am an individual applicant. Once selected, submit and move on. Since you are applying for OPT, select File a form online. Then you will need to select the form you will be completing, as well as your eligibility category. It is crucial that you select I-765, Application for Employment Authorization under Form Type, and C3B, Student Post-Completion OPT under Eligibility category. Once completed, select Start Form. Before you start submitting your information, you will be given a detailed explanation of the application. Make sure to read this thoroughly as it will explain what you need, as well as what you will have to submit for this application. The information will follow on the next page after selecting Next. Once you have read through all the information, select Start. You will now be starting with the actual application form. It will first ask you for your eligibility category. Since you're applying for OPT, you will select C3B, Student Post-Completion OPT. Note that even though you graduated with STEM, you cannot apply for the STEM extension until your 12-month OPT application is filed, approved, and it is 90 days before your OPT end date. You will also be asked if you would like premium processing service. This is only recommended in special cases. There is also an additional fee of $1,700. Hence, we recommend selecting No. Next, you will be asked, what is your reason for applying? Make sure to select Initial Permission to Accept Employment. Even if you have completed an OPT in the past, this is a new OPT application based on your current degree. You will also be asked if you have previously filed the form. Most of you will say no, but if you have previously filed an I-765, you will select Yes. Now USCIS wants to know if anyone is assisting you. The answer is no. We are simply guiding you. For the next few questions, you will be providing the answers to some personal questions. Make sure that these are answered truthfully and accurately. With regards to your number and mailing address, though not required, it is recommended to put a US number and mailing address. The mailing address is where your EAD card will be sent. If you are unsure of where you will be at the time, make your mailing address the campus address, which is 500 East College Street, Marshall, Missouri, with a zip code of 65340. If you use the campus address, you will answer yes to the following question. Now keep answering these questions with your own personal information. Ensure accuracy with your documents for a smooth OPT approval. When you reach the date of birth, remember that in the States, the dates are written in the format month, day, year. You will also be asked for your I-94 Arrival Departure Record Number. In order to access your I-94, head to Google and search I-94. Then select the I-94 official website homepage. Once in, select Get Most Recent I-94. You will need to acknowledge and agree to the terms and conditions and then fill out your passport information. You will then receive your I-94. Make sure to download the document as a PDF since it will be required later on in the process. To save the file as PDF, click under the Printer drop-down and you will see an option that states Save File as PDF. This is a document that you will need to upload later on in the I-94 section. Continue on with the questions using the information from your I-94 and passport. Before moving on to the next page, you will be asked for your service number, which can be found at the top left-hand corner of your current I-20. For the next two questions, you will be asked for your A number and your USCIS Online Account number. For both of these, you will select I do not have or know this number. You will then be asked whether or not you have been given a Social Security number. If you do not have a Social Security number, you will select No, and then when it asks if you want to be provided one, select Yes. However, if you have a Social Security number, you will select Yes and fill it in the space provided. You will then select No, where it asks if you require one. You have now reached the evidence section. This is where you will be submitting all the required documents. Please make sure you follow the guidelines provided to make sure that you have all the necessary documents as well as following each document's requirements. If you do not submit these documents in the correct format, size, clarity, etc., your application could be denied. For your Proof of Employment Authorization document or government ID, you will need to submit the bio page of your passport. This is the page that includes your photo and your biographical information. If you have previously been issued an EAD card, you will need to submit that document. If you have previously been authorized for CPT or OPT, you will need to scan each I-20 with OPT or CPT authorization separately and upload all of them as proof of past CPT or OPT. You will now have to submit your OPT I-20. This I-20 has to be requested and may not be older than 30 days from the date you submit this online application. If you are unable to complete this within the 30 days, you will need to request a new I-20. The next page is for additional information. You should not need to add any additional information if you have answered all the questions and submitted all the documents. If you feel you need additional evidence, reach out to the international office and we will be able to assist you. Before you proceed to payment, make sure you thoroughly review your application and make sure you are not missing any information. Once you submit your application, you will not be able to edit it. You will only be able to submit additional evidence if it is required by the USCIS. As a reminder, make sure to stay in constant contact with the international office as your application could be delayed or even denied if you do not do so. Now that you have reviewed your application, you will need to select that you have read and agree to the application statement. After you have agreed, you will need to complete the application with your signature. You have finally completed the online application. Now you will need to contact the international office for your remaining steps. If you need any additional assistance, please feel free to reach out to us as we will be happy to assist you. Thank you and good luck.